Hi, Reverend Carl here. I wanted to make a quick response to this video. First of all, I want to say that I completely agree with Jesus Freak on praying for your leaders. It's something that's in the Bible. It's something that we're supposed to do. Uh, Whether you feel in your heart that they're doing everything you want them to, you should still pray for them so that God leads them to make the right decisions. Now, when it comes to endorsing a certain candidate, for those that are ordained ministers that have a ministry that uses a tax exempt status, you got to be aware that if you endorse a certain candidate, that you can lose and probably will lose your tax exempt status. This is something that the lawmakers made so a person can't get up on the pulpit and use their influence to make their parishioners vote a certain way. Now, with that being said, if you are not an ordained minister and you just use uh, your faith as your ministry to go out, and you're not out there doing weddings and holding services and that, there's nothing to stop you from endorsing who you want to endorse. Now, when you are a minister, you can, and you're using this tax exempt status, you can remind your people what the Bible says about certain things, and if certain candidates or parties do not agree with that, then as long as you showed them what the Bible says and what's being used as policy for certain parties, as long as you do not mention any particular candidate, then you're fine. Let's say you have a party out there that is pro-choice instead of pro-life. Now, the chances are that if that candidate becomes president and the time comes for him to pick a judge for the Supreme Court, he's going to probably choose a pro-choice person, or one that would vote more towards pro-choice instead of pro-life, meaning that they are for abortion and the pro-life would be against it. Another matter is having prayer in school, teaching about creation. These are certain things that if a party is going to go that way, you got to remember that the judges that they put into the Supreme Court are the ones that's going to make or break different laws. And so you have to remember that it's not always that person that's going in there that's going to make the laws, but usually there's going to be laws that are already standing that these people are going to go against. So that's one issue that you have to remember. Now, let's say a person gets in that you believe in pro-life and you believe in creation, and let's say the candidate gets elected and they're not for these issues, they're against them. Should you pray for them? Well, certainly, because you want to pray that God is going to get into their heart and that He's going to show them the ways that He wants them to lead. And if they have a change of heart, then they will have a change of choice in who they choose to become a judge. But you got to remember The judges, a lot of people overlook them. These are people that are not elected, but they are chosen. And once they're in for the duration. They're in for a lifetime. So that's something you always want to consider. Who would these candidates choose to be judge? And I thought that was something that needed to be brought up because it is very important. And like Jesus Freak said, everybody, please go out and vote. You think that your one vote doesn't matter, but it truly does. So with that, I just want to say thank you for listening, and God bless everybody.